Good afternoon, Courtney Scott here with KnowledgeWell Media. Hey, it is Friday, finally has come. Friday the October the 14th, I believe it is. Today the 14th? Yes, it is. October 14th. I should know this. I have to write the date repetitively at work every day. So it amazes me how the days can escape. But, you know, with so much going on in the economy and in the world today, it's hard to keep up. I don't know about you, but every time I turn around, there's a new story or new propaganda being pushed by the mainstream media, and all kinds of things happening all around us. But that's life, as they say, and it's just our job to stay in the know and make sure that we're up on the things that are coming our way. So just a whole host of things going on, things to pay attention to. Obviously, Russia is in a very volatile type state right now. Definitely something that we need to keep an eye on and stay in the know concerning. You know, the movements, the chess game is definitely ongoing. Um, don't really know which way we're headed. There's a lot of confusion, but it looks as though everyone is getting into some sort of strategic setup in order to have the advantage should war break out. I do, however, personally believe that we are right on the verge, more so than ever before, with ships and fighters and tankers and or tanks and things like that all being put into strategic locations. Each country making individual advances to get to be ahead on for strategy. I do hear a lot of analysts talking biblical principle as far as battle of Gog and Magog, and I've even heard that Gog may possibly be Russia from the Bible. So I haven't done much study, so I won't really comment at length concerning that. But you can go ahead and dig into that and see what you're able to come up with, and perhaps share that with the rest of us. Hopefully, you are not sleeping out there. Hopefully, you're not ignoring these things that are happening. I mean, we have things, all sorts of things from asteroids and things falling from the sky, possibly, and this Nibiru thing, and these new planets being discovered. But you know what? It's no real big shocker to anyone that has been up on their studies and paying attention to what the Bible said would happen in these last and evil days. So we shouldn't think it's strange. It is an exciting time right now to be alive. Nothing like this in all of the history of the United States, or the world for that matter, has ever been done like this. So I hope that you are getting your things in order. I hope that you are storing your food, your non-perishables. I hope that you have found good ways of keeping things that are assets, because when everything hits the fan, all the monetary monies and things like, or the things that we now have as monetary assets, probably won't last. I think we're going to be looking at a whole different type of setup should the Lord tarry much longer. But I do encourage some sort of divestment into, precious metals and things like that. Now, I'm no professional at it, but I wouldn't tell you anything that I'm not going to do for myself and send you out as like guinea pigs or anything. But I have done maybe a year and a half to 2 years research into precious metals, and they've stood the test of time for over 6,000 years. So you may want to take a look into that. I mean, silver right now is unusually suppressed, and there's really no explanation for it. But most analysts are surmising that the banks and the ETFs and things are illegally and fraudulently suppressing the precious metals. So I would say while it's low, it might be a good time to go ahead and get in and hedge your assets and your wealth. So I wouldn't depend on this system, period. It's too shaky. I would definitely not be playing in the stock market, given that it is obviously being manipulated. It's not trading at fair market value. Nothing really is. We know that the bankers and things, we know that in fact Deutsche Bank, I've mentioned them several times in reporting that they are actually they are faced with a lawsuit and being fined from the DOJ for their manipulation of assets and things like that. So I wouldn't put any stock into stock, no pun intended. But I would definitely find hard assets and things, tangible assets that you can actually hold. There's a saying that if you don't hold it, you don't own it. So make sure you're doing the best for you and your family. As far as the election goes, I don't think much has changed there. However, I do think there are very nefarious things about to happen within the next, what do we have, month or so. And I don't believe that the Democrats and Hillary Clinton are going to go away quietly into the night. I do believe that they intend on holding on to the power that they now possess at all costs. And that unfortunately, excuse me, never really entails doing things honestly or integrally. So I would not expect that to come from them at all. But you know, there are speculations, and that's pretty much all we can do right now is speculate until things come about. But there are speculations that you know, since Obama has signed into law legislation saying that in the case of a national emergency, that he is able to shut down the government, and so that would probably shut down the election process as well. There's that talk, and I'm sure you've heard of it because it's pretty much spread all over the news and Facebook and other types of platforms. But also that we see that Hillary Clinton is taking occasion to blame pretty much everything on Putin and Russia. And so we see that they may be trying to also incite right there and seek a way to blame someone else for the system imploding and going down. We know that our GDP has not had growth. It's barely over a percent. And so that is definitely not a good thing. The job numbers, we know they are fudged and they're not reporting correctly and wholly the facts of the actual job numbers. So lots of uncertainty. You want to make sure that you have a healthy source of information. But other than that, make sure you're keeping your ear to the ground and your eyes on God. Make sure today you find God in your day. We are right on the precipice of war, people. This is no joke. It may be a false flag. It may be staged events and things like that. But nonetheless, people still end up injured. People still end up missing. And even worse, people end up dead. So you want to keep your eyes open and make sure that you're sharing as much as possible the things that you're finding so that other people look. The only way we're going to survive this is as a community. If we all work together, if we come together as one against these people that are pulling fraudulent activities in governments and things like that. That's the only way. So make sure that you stay tuned. Again, like, subscribe, comment, and share. And we'll see you next time on the next report of KnowledgeWell Media. This is Courtney Scott signing off.